we are very excited to have our next guest in studio. Free Comedy Friday is getting rolling here with Mr. D himself, Joe Dombrowski, who you probably have seen. If you are on social media, you've probably seen this video. He's blown up. You've gone viral. Congratulations.
A couple times.
I mean, yes, without a doubt. This is awesome, man. I am so impressed whenever something like this happens.
Right.
I think it's remarkable. And the way you went about it was just fantastic. Like I saw the video a while ago, and now, obviously having you in, it's come to light again. I gotta play a little piece of this because it was so good. It got you on the Ellen show.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
It's pretty crazy.
I love Ellen.
Okay, before you play the
Yes,
okay,
yes.
let me give you a little bit of the tea.
Joe, great.
That's gay for backstory.
Oh, dude, I'm sipping it right now.
Thanks for the translation.
I am
It's an all-inclusive setting.
Thank you. 1,000,000%.
Everyone needs to be in. Okay, so the video goes viral, massively viral, and I wake up, there's like 20 million views.
Whoa.
So at this point, first of all, my class starts trying to sell my autograph on Instagram.
Because you're a teacher at this point.
Yeah, I'm still teaching, and I'm like, okay, I don't know about that. Also, I'm collecting 10%.
Absolutely.
And then also, we're at the point where it's like, this is probably when Ellen would pick you up, or Oprah, or someone. And I'm like, that's wild. Well, the next day I had to leave to go on a family vacation to Disney World.
Oh, attaboy.
I have feelings.
Okay.
So I'm on the Finding Nemo ride, which is narrated by Ellen, and I'm like, this is crazy. And then I just said to my partner, I was like, well, what if she calls me? 5 minutes later, got the first call to be on.
Stop it!
Isn't that like just like
that's crazy.
Did you go Dory or?
I think it was Dory's like assistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually Ellen.
Yeah, no,
it was the Ellen show.
Ellen, but it was the show.
She doesn't call her own guests.
That's sweet.
Right.
Honestly, that's disappointing.
Man, the rumors about her must be true.
Yeah. So Joe, it was a teacher. You taught kindergarten, you taught 4th grade, all these different grades, right?
Yeah, everything except for 1st and 2nd.
Okay.
And that's why Mr. D,
Yeah,
right?
that's why it's like Mr. D.
That is why.
You're a teacher.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but the double entendre works well too.
Hey. And so you decided, as an April Fool's Day prank, to mess with your students.
Yeah.
That's basically what's going on here. And you were going to do kind of like a pop quiz spelling bee.
Mm-hmm.
And you decided to just basically make up a bunch of words and have them spell them.
That's what happened.
It's genius. Listen to this video. This is the one that went viral, and listen to some of the words that Joe came up with.
There's a Speakoo. S-P-E-E-K-U-Z-S-L-M-N. There's silent letters at the end of that one. Yep. Speakoo. S-P-E-K-U-Z-S-L-M-N. Yep. It's not. Nope. It's actually from somewhere else, not here.
And tiptoe.
That got forget. That wasn't fair, Mr. P. The Chinese word. Nope. The different words and then your explanations of them. I mean, I'm crying laughing. It was so good, dude.
Thank you.
And then the kids, you could start, he'd give the spelling,
Right.
and the kids were like, "What? Oh, man!
I know.
Like, how am I supposed to know that, Mr. G?"
Yeah, I
Like,
made 30 enemies that day.
it's
for sure.
hysterical, man. Now, on it, you get a little bit of the snippet at the end of the reaction when you tell them it's a prank, but how long did that go on? Like, did they get over it right away, or did they continue to be upset?
So what you actually see in the video is me going over the words.
Right.
So before I actually gave them the full spelling test with just the definitions and just said write it. But now I'm telling them how they're spelled.
Yes.
So this was probably a 15-minute session
Oh.
of me doing this.
And they're 4th graders?
It was 4th
Okay.
graders, yeah. And it was the day before spring break too. So I was like, the day is lost
Yeah.
already.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Well, kids don't care that.
Yeah.
much.
Oh, no.
That's
There
an
was
F
a
at Friday.
few
Oh,
trolls
yeah.
on the internet who were like, this is learning time wasted. You could have been in the classroom, alright?
Really?
Snowflake falls from the sky, the
Right.
day is
Oh,
gone.
yeah. Come on.
Uh-huh.
Come on. We're painting today. Like,
Yeah.
We're watching a movie.
Right,
Yeah.
finger painting
Yeah.
is just fancy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Come on, man. So were they okay with this pop quiz?
Oh, it depends who
Clearly
you're
not.
asking.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
There was the majority of the class was very just like, yes.
That's
I don't
funny.
think anybody was mad about it, but there
Oh.
was a couple kids who were just mad because I had got them so good that they knew. They was like,
and they
never.
spelled "spicu" correctly. And they're like, "Come on, man!"
There's a couple kids who got some of these words right. I'm like, you just got these words
You're a
right that
genius.
aren't even real.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
a
God.
genius.
That's
That's a
like,
genius.
that's like
I don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Not bad either.
I don't know.
Right, and it's the kids who still text like you.
Oh, come on.
You know what? Yeah, I'm done with it.
So, Joe, explain to me the situation here, because obviously now you're doing stand-up. You're going to be performing at the American Comedy Company tonight, tomorrow night. I believe the shows are sold out, which congratulations,
Yeah, that's
man.
awesome.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so, were you already doing stand-up when you were teaching, or did that come after all of this?
Great question. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but teachers are generally, God, what's the word? Poor.
Yes.
Right.
Probably
Gotcha.
worse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've actually been doing stand-up for 12 years. So
Okay.
I started the year before I started teaching. And it was
Okay.
just a way to like offset my bills, put some gas in my car,
Sure,
and like
sure.
maybe buy a sandwich
Yeah.
for lunch, right?
Yeah.
And it was just doing it, loving it, but that was the goal there.
Right.
And so I'd always been doing stand-up, which is why the truth of the video is it wasn't an accident.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah,
that
yeah.
it had legs to stand on.
Right.
Yeah.
That could probably help launch my comedy career, which is
100%.
unbelievable
Yeah.
to be able to do this on such a big level now. It's really cool.
Yeah, you're headlining shows around the country now.
Around the
Yeah, and
country.
sold out
I
shows.
know.
Like, that is
I'm
so
pretty
great.
blessed and grateful. Love
It's
my
pretty
parents.
awesome. So, teaching, no more?
Yeah, this is actually funny enough. My first full year out of the classroom. I was on tour and the pandemic happened and I
Right.
just lost everything.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there watching teachers leave the classroom. I'm like, well, I'm young, I'm able-bodied, I'm vaccinated. Why
Yeah.
don't I have the certificates and the skill? And I love it. Let's go back. And there was a kindergarten position down the street from my house. I applied, got it, loved it. So I taught
Really?
the rest of the year last year.
Wow.
And now I'm
Were you
just
doing it
back on tour.
remotely, or were you
Oh my God,
in
it
the
was half.
classroom?
So I did remote for a little while, and then we went back in person.
Oh.
Teaching kindergarten remote.
Oh my God.
I can't.
How?
No,
How, dude?
no,
How?
no.
See, okay, here's the thing. I know that I look like I'm probably 45. I'm actually only 22 because that year aged me like cottage cheese. Okay, terrible.
I don't know, my nephew's 1, and my sister would come into the room, and he'd be like laying down on the floor crying because he's in 1st grade.
Well, no,
He's
you're
not 1.
your
Yeah.
other, it's your other nephew.
No, no. Yeah.
He's incredibly smart, Joe.
Yeah.
He's
Sorry,
one and in
One,
first
but
grade.
only
What?
taught you to
Yeah,
read
it's
the
pretty
Bible.
wild.
Excuse me?
Man, you're a dope.
My nephew's in 1st grade,
Yes.
and he'd be on the floor crying, and the teacher would be screaming like, Ethan, you gotta get up, you can't do that, and the patience the teacher must have had, because kids wouldn't do that in the classroom,
No.
but Ethan's at home, so he
Mhm.
feels like I can lay on the floor and cry because I don't want to do my work.
I apologize to my partner Morgan every day. I tell him I use all my nice at work, and
Ah.
then I just come home. There's nothing left, so I just take.
I can't blame you.
I do, like my nicest for the kids and for him. But if people cross me on the street, like God forbid you cut in line at the grocery
Oh,
store,
Oh,
it
oh.
should be game over. I
Yeah,
will
you'll cut
shove
it.
my car into your ankles,
Yeah.
and I will not care.
Thank you.
I get it.
And I feel like it's
That's
acceptable too.
Yeah.
It is.
Honestly,
It's
it is.
socially acceptable.
Yeah.
You know what I went through.
Did you have because we obviously we all went through this who have kids.
Yeah.
We have the parents who would cover over the kids and help
Yeah.
them on,
And, like,
you're
speak for
watching
them.
it. And speak,
Yeah.
Do you have any of this nightmare?
Oh my
Okay.
God. I literally had a parent and she was like, she came in with her own toilet paper, which first of all, I'm like, how'd you get this? These aren't even in
yeah.
stores right
yeah.
now. And she's like, okay, he's gonna need help wiping. And I was like, school starts in 2 days. You have 2 days to learn. Because this is not,
No.
what
That
job
doesn't-
description were you reading?
Yeah.
What, wiping in kindergarten?
No.
Yes,
no,
if he
no.
can't wipe, he's gotta get it together.
Yeah.
And some kids can't tie their shoes, and the parents expect you to tie their shoes. Never touch kids' shoelaces if they're wet. You don't know what it was.
Oh, I didn't even think
Oh,
about that.
God.
And I would
What?
literally tell the parents, I was like, get the curly ties where they don't have to touch it, because I'm not doing this. There are 30 kids in this class. You think I have time to tie all these shoes?
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's not enough.
Right?
Have they not heard of Crocs?
No.
I mean, hello.
I had another parent. Okay, I'm from Detroit originally,
Okay.
too, so I got like a little bit of a.
Yeah,
Get
you're
in
playing.
there.
Yeah.
You're playing.
I had a parent didn't like what I had to say about their kid because, they had some learning needs. And
Yeah.
she said to me, she goes, well, I don't think you understand. I pay my taxes, so technically you work for me.
Oh,
Baby,
Oh.
baby. She got the wrong one. Let me tell you this: do not mess with the gate teacher, because I will cut it. Like, I'm gonna get it. So I just looked at her and I verbatim said to her, I go, "That is so wild because I pay my taxes too, so technically I'm self-employed. Please get out of my office."
Oh yes!
Oh, yeah!
Greatest comeback.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the greatest comeback of all time.
That's brilliant.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
brilliant.
Where did you come up with that? That's brilliant.
Hey,
Brilliant.
it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah,
I
I
think
hear
I'm
you.
gonna tattoo to my neck.
That is genius, man.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it is.
love
it.
So, Joe, yeah, I want you to give out your social tags
Yeah.
because I want people to follow you because
Yeah.
your stuff is brilliant. I know you do a podcast too,
I
right?
do, yeah, the social studies podcast.
So please hit it all up.
You can find me anywhere on any social media platform. It's at Mr. D times 3, MRD, the word times, the number 3.
Okay.
Anywhere, videos, all my stuff's posted there. That's my website too. I'm
Okay.
gonna be all over. You can't see me here in San Diego. You can see me a ton of
Somewhere,
places.
yes.
Yeah.
And my podcast is called Social Studies. This podcast where I study being social by being social.
Hey.
Where I just dive into the nitty gritty of being an elementary school teacher because people don't understand how psychotic that world is. So we
Wow.
just
I can't
break
imagine.
it on down in the
Yeah.
medium of comedy.
Yeah.
You can listen to that anywhere you get your podcasts, and that's me.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
fantastic,
I
man.
love it.
Well,
So great.
I'm telling you, I'm so happy for your success, man.
Thank
You
you.
seem like a great guy. Go see, well, if you can.
If you can.
I don't know, maybe scalp some tickets or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if you
Mer-
slip me 100, I'll
Th-
probably get you.
Squeeze it,
Okay.
squeeze it.
Probably.
Have fun at the American Comedy Company this
Yeah.
weekend, man.
Thank
And thanks
you.
for stopping by.
Yeah.
Oh, this was awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me,
yeah,
guys.
absolutely.